It's a Friday. There he is, the good-looking, long-armed fellow, Rhett Warner.
I had a big
Pinder.
sneeze lined up right to start the show.
Is that why you were off center there? Can you hold a sneeze, or is it just postponing the inevitable?
It's good. I actually think during COVID, someone I know and you know, a rather large human being, was in a grocery store and tried to hold
a sneeze. Don't want to be sneezing. Oh my gosh, can't
gave
sneeze.
Himself a hernia.
Oh, that is a big human. Yeah, some people can do it. They do that, and they like hold it, and you're like, oh, that's. I feel like you like shave a week off your life holding a sneeze. Let it out.
That's violent. Get it out.
Let it out. Even me simulating a held-in sneeze. I think I just pulled something. Jeez. Not good. Jack, can you hold in your sneezes or no?
No.
Yeah, no. You got to let them rip. No, you definitely aim them away from people you care about. Right, blast into people you don't care about. But don't be holding your sneezes in. Welcome to Barn Burner on a Friday. It is a busy NHL week. It has been phenomenal hockey. We had another overtime last night. We got 3 games tonight, including a change of scenery to one of the most historic places for the sport. Lots to get to. Also, Jamie Noodles McLennan's going to join us at 5:30. So we got to get moving. A reminder, the show is brought to you by Bet365. They're presenting all this. Don't know why, but they are. Use the promo code NATION. Download that app. Lots of fun to be had. We'll have some bets later in the show. I am keyed in on whatever that late game is. Western Conference foes. Can't really recall. We'll have to revisit later because
we'll look at the schedule.
We'll see who's playing.
Yeah,
don't really know who's playing. I wouldn't be paying attention to.
Sure, they're playing, but I don't know who it is.
Want to join the program? Get in the comment section. Let's do it. Super chat will get you on the show. How do you do a super chat? Real simple. There's a little dollar sign, little dollar bill at the comment section live on YouTube. Add a monetary amount to your comment. We'll get it on the show. Even if you're making fun of us or the curvature of the brims of our hats. All our money that we get from the super chats does not go into my patio beer fund, which is going to get a workout this weekend. It does go to the Youth Centers of Calgary, Rhett, which is a better place, at least for everyone else, than the Pinder
from yourself.
patio beer fund.
You have a real big curve today, eh?
Well, I just pulled it. I got different hats, and I thought, I'm wearing a black shirt, so I thought I'd go with a black hat.
Leave it, man. It's all good. It doesn't have to be straight.
No, it's fine. I don't like it too curvy. I don't like it too flat. It's going to be, find your curve. This is similar to yours. Let's look right into the cameras. Who's more curved, Jack? Who's got the curve?
Just twitching out.
Pretty similar.
Might have him on the curve today.
Mike got him today. Youth Centers of Calgary. Great place for kids to go after school. Life can be hectic. Be a lot of stress. How about just warm meal, hang with pals, playing sports, maybe learn an instrument, read some books, whatever it is. Youth Centers of Calgary, a great resource for the youth in our city, high-risk youth. That's a good thing to support. Okay, let's get right to it. A lot of hockey last night. We had 4 games, 3 more tonight. We get into our opening statements from McLeod Law. By the way, hearing from McLeod Law, sounds like your behavior just under the wire. No legal action yet. I know they were looking out for you on Thursday at the draft.
Yeah, they were.
Shane in the litigation and dispute department we had to lean on him a bit for some interactions in the room, but looks like so far so good. No lawsuits.
The canceling's coming at some point.
That's right. We're all good. Jack, good luck on your next show because we're all screwed.
I'm going down with you.
Really? Oh, that's great. Okay.
I'll just move to Montana or something.
Oh, that sounds good. It doesn't sound better.
Can I be a beach or not a beach? I could be a beach bum.
Yeah. Golf bum, ski bum.
Let's do it.
Not a ski bunny.
Anyway, if you've got a legal issue that you need help with, McLeod Law, the place to go. At McLeod Law LLP on socials. Give them a call, 403-254-3864. That's Peter Klein's number with the, personal injury, long-term disability people screwing you around. Talk to Peter. Get him on your case. McLeod-law.com, whether it's personal injury, whether it's just, business stuff. They know all the legal stuff. We don't. So now you know someone with the legal stuff.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it. You go, Peter, please. Thank you.
That's right. Whether it's business or personal, McLeod Law, they're in it with you. Professionals with a common goal helping clients meet their goals. Okay, so let's get to it. Last night, early game, Panthers Lightning. Not a great start for the Lightning in game one. It was the Kachuk show. Vasilevsky wasn't sharp. So, okay, guys, just win tonight, and we're all squared at one. Let's go to the first goal of the game in Tampa. The 2 seeds against the 3rd-seeded Panthers. Let's see what opened the scoring.
Exactly labeled. It's a nice shot.
He gets all of it, but yeah, it's not posting in.
Listen, midget AAA hockey. Okay, yeah, might go.
Sure, yeah. I found a hole.
NHL, one of the best goalies in the game.
Let me put it this way:
No.
Stuart Skinner. Yeah, sure. Andre Vasilevsky. No,
not happening.
what's going on here? Vasilevsky. Well, it's early though, Rhett. Very early.
Lots of time left.
Nothing to worry about. Sam Bennett, empty netter, 2-0 the final. That's your winner.
So they couldn't score.
I
actually don't.
Well, we got a graphic for how much Tampa's been scoring. Jack, can you want to pull that up? Because scene switch, it's going to Florida for the next game. Just cross what do they call it, the panhandle? They cross the.
Yeah. It's the panhandle.
They're going to go and, they have to win some on the road. There it is. Nate Schmidt 3, the Lightning 2.
Crushing it.
Oh, dear. Look how happy he is.
I would be too. If I could outscore the Lightning, I'd be very excited.
The Schmitzster. Oh, dear. Now, I don't want to say the Lightning are cooked because they do feel like the type of team that could just rip off 2 wins in Florida. And This is the 7-game battle that we always thought it was, but it don't look good right now.
No, Billy Bob, my middle kid, he's like, oh, they might sweep that.
He's the Panthers fan that got all high and mighty on you. Wouldn't go to the semifinals.
No.
Wanted to go to the finals.
Yeah. I don't know. Could they come back? Sure. Are they a good team? I think so.
We definitely thought so before.
Guess who else is really good, apparently? The Stanley Cup.
You mean still good?
Yeah.
You mean the guys that won the trophy last year, rested a lot of their best players down the stretch, added Marchand and added Seth Jones, that team?
Yeah, that one.
That one's still good.
Oh, who's coming back was Ekblad back last night or something?
It's the next game.
Wait,
yeah.
sorry.
Suspension's up too. So they're going to get him too. Now they did subtract him on tour and Nick Cousins isn't there. And they might be better. Might be
better.
Now, here's the thing for Tampa. Just got to regroup. No more controversies. No more issues. Brandon Hagel's going to have a chat with Department of Player Safety today. Water whiteboard. That's what we need for this. I don't know if we do. We'll watch full speed and then we'll get to the whiteboard here. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. You're looking good there. Is that a lab coat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
I'm doing my science.
So Hagel's chasing that. That's a real important player for Tampa.
I don't know what to think of it. I mean, if he's got the puck, I think it's a great hit.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's like, and I get why he's doing it.
Oh, yeah. You get a free run at Barkov. You got to take that.
And he thinks he's got it. I don't think it was Hagel.
Malicious?
I'm just going to hit you out of the blue. I think he's in the play and he sees the puck move and he thinks that Barkov's got it. I don't know.
I agree. I think what Brandon Hagel's trying to do is to do a heavy but playoff clean hit.
Yes.
On Barkov, and it gets a little murkier when, oh shoot, did he not touch that? Or maybe did it brush his stick? Does that make him fair game? Florida fans will be pissed. Tampa fans are saying, look at all this stuff that's never been, the Department of Player Safety's never talked about. What are you talking about? This is a clean hit. Hagel, if you needed him this year, 90 points and 35 goals, played all 82. Only Kucherov had more points than him. He had more than Gensel, more than everyone else on the Lightning. This is a key cog as we, again, got a little more spotlight on him at Four Nations. Are you selling your Tampa stock, Rhett?
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Short the stock.
Chips are all in. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just going to look back at the board here. It looks like
don't look at that.
Jack, AI, and myself had Florida. So you and Boom might be in trouble with Tampa. I didn't take my own advice, though, because I did my own playoff pool after these picks and somehow ended up with a bunch of Lightning play.
Well, you could see him winning. It's not.
Whoever wins this series very might likely go to the Eastern Conference champion or go to the Stanley Cup final. Yeah. The last 5 years, it's either been Tampa or Florida in the Stanley Cup final. They're good. They're very good. Okay, so that's early action.
I thought Florida's enthusiasm might wane after 2 years of deep runs, but
they got nice and rested.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't rush Marchand back after the deadline. Kachuk out since 4 Nations. Ekblad's going to be just fresh as a daisy.
Fresh.
What's that?
They're fresh. 20 games. Yeah. Oh, well.
All right. Next game. Sens tied it in the third and overtime again in the Battle of Ontario. Second game in a row. They needed extra time. Let's jump in. I believe we got the let's see. It doesn't feel like
up in a series.
Sure. Yeah. A couple bounces from that. They haven't been bad, but again, there's a bit of poise that one team looks like it has, and the other seems to. It's like the watermelon seed. It's slippery. Yeah. Can't really. That said, sometimes we use words like poise and these intangibles when really we know which teams had the better goalie.
Yeah.
That's usually the team you want your money on. Stellaris has been awesome. Next action. Let's roll to we had 2 evening games. Do you want to start in Missouri or do you want to start in St. Paul?
Don't matter.
St. Louis or St. Paul? Let's go to St. Paul. Wild looked really good in game 2. Held off the Vegas Golden Knights. Did their job. They split on the road. Now you're coming back to the city that always sleeps. St. Paul.
The sleepy city.
The sleepy city. Sleepful in St. Paul. They months starting to make some sense. And they're getting saves from Gustafsson too. He's had a really good year that
I don't see a lot of holes there either.
No. I don't know what the status of Jared Spurgeon is. I know he got hurt late in the season. I'm going to see if he's been playing or not, because it's pretty much full boat for them if he's going in terms of health. Let's see here. This is really great.
Yeah.
YouTubing when you just scroll your phone.
Do we care that much?
He's been in all 3. He hasn't missed a game. So there you go. They're healthy as can be, and it's been a while since the Wild have said that. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, I think probably we all forget how good they were at the start of the year.
Yeah, they had that because it was them and Winnipeg got up to those roaring starts in the fall. And then injuries caught up with the Wild, and they tumbled from second to third to the wild card.
So shouldn't have got in.
So barely got in. Yeah, you needed to win game 82 to get in.
You had to score with 20 seconds left.
Oh, my God. That's right.
Oh, well.
And Marc-Andre Fleury, you might be able to watch a little more hockey.
I'd actually feel like I got no love for Minnesota, but I don't have anything against them. But
I like this version of them.
I like
this
them.
Is not the Jacques Lemaire Wild.
And I'd be okay with them beating Vegas. And
Pacific's kind of wide open right
Fleury
now.
being able to go, didn't want me.
If you were going to handicap the Pacific 2 months ago, Oilers were playing better. Vegas was going to win the division. Those teams have a combined 1 win.
Yeah.
And Minnesota as a wild card's up 2-1. Big one for the Kings tonight, obviously, as they head to Edmonton up 2-0, but don't open that door a crack.
Not at all.
Connor's crowbar will swing that thing wide open in Edmonton. Last change, all that. Big one tonight there. Final game of the night. Let's go to St. Louis. By the way, one final thought. Are you worried about Vegas yet, or they just need to split this again?
They got to split. I mean, you don't want to go down 3. I still think Vegas is a good team. I think maybe they're underestimating the Wild as well, which you really can't do. Sounds stupid to say that, but
Kaprizov's a mega star.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Night game, St. Louis hosting Winnipeg. You and I both had St. Louis has been close on the road. Maybe they win one at home in game 3. Let's see if they did. We'll pick this one up 3-1 already, and another puck playing mishap. That's a hat-trick goal for Buchnevich. Let's listen to this crowd. Postseason hat-trick of his career. And this Blues crew starting to look a little better.
Well, they've battled. They just didn't get the wins in Winnipeg. And Winnipeg's a hell of a team, too. I'm not surprised that they won.
It's lopsided?
It was lopsided. I feel like sometimes you win a few at home and you feel pretty comfortable. And that desperation from the other squad kind of takes over.
Yeah, I would expect a lower scoring, tighter checking game 4. And that feels like, because it is a huge game, whether it's tied going back to Winnipeg or the Jets with a chance to close it out at home for game 5. These game 4s are huge swing games. Like they really are.
So every game matters.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Every game. There isn't like a freebie?
No, because if you're playing game 1, you really want to
Good start.
Get that one. And then if you win game 1, well, I'll be damned if I want to lose game 2 and let
can't be giving away home ice
back into it, right? And even into game 3, you're like, well, if they win that one, I think they have a chance in game 4 to tie the series.
Right,
so that's a big deal.
They all matter. This was what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
So I'm kind of getting.
I'm still going to go with the game 4 matters more. I'm going to fight you on that, just to be a dick. That is the slate from last night. Blues get their first win. Tampa looks in trouble. Sens got to be cooked. Jack, you're an expert on who's cooked, who's not. Sens are cooked.
They're completely cooked. But it would be so awesome if the Leafs blew.
Just put a little fear in them. Like win game 4 and then get up in game 5 and watch the puckering in Toronto.
I just didn't want it to be a one-sided series in any of them. You like watch a playoff
long
hockey.
series.
Yeah, like just one goal there out of one of those games. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
Now they're
right there in overtime.
They'll win game 4.
Let's do this.
Put their feet up.
Tonight's slate, we'll walk you through quickly because we are expecting Noodles. We confirmed Noodles is going to be.
Yeah, Noodles is a minute out. So
good. Okay, perfect. So tonight at 5, it's a scene switch from DC to the Bell Center in Montreal. You have some Habs fans in your life?
Yeah, old DUG will be sitting in his old Montreal Forums seat.
He got one of the chairs. Amazing. I have a couple insane Habs fans as well. One of them has the chair in his office. He was slamming drinks at the Air Canada Lounge on a red eye to Montreal. He's arrived.
He's in and he's ready.
He's got mixed a nap in.
He's got his dual bilingual sign and
big brunch, petit déjeuner, and then off to Central Bell.
Go for a smoked meat sandwich.
Yes, and we need the Habs to win that just to get back in the series, right?
He's giving us
the
finger.
We're okay with that. Yeah, stop giving us the finger, Jack. Other game 6:00. New Jersey hosts Carolina. New Jersey's on life support. Sounds like they could get Jonas Siegenthaler back.
Okay.
And the Kings in Edmonton tonight, which feels like a big one to either start hammering some nails in or to claw back into this series, depending what side of the spectrum.
I saw one of the clips that Jack put out. Made me sound like a real ass.
You? Come on. Jack, how'd you edit that?
Jack doesn't do it. But.
Let's get to our next guest. He's never sounding like an ass. In fact, always insightful, polite, and well-respected. Mm-hmm. Don't know how he got on this show. Our guest hotline is brought to you by Crystal Waters, your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. We're talking 30,000 projects completed over 23 years, premium quality equipment and services, safety, comfort, product longevity. That's what they're focused on. They want to be the guardians of your home's mechanical heart. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating is your crystal clear choice for home comfort. Call them at 403-219-4100 or go to crystalclearcalgary.com. Nudes, Jamie McLennan, sir. We find you at your palatial Toronto estate. How are you?
I'm good. How's things going? I see you guys are LA Kings fans. Good for you.
What?
We're what?
We're impartial, professional.
Doing some journalism here, Noodles.
I don't know what you're trying to get at.
Jack said there might be something on your screen, like your feed was cutting out. Are you seeing things?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not. Good for listen. I thought we were impartial on this show, but I guess not. There's a fan. I love it.
Fans.
You know what? I was with our good buddy Robin Regier last night, and I wanted to support him. Stanley Cup champion. Right? What am I going to do?
Yeah, and I was always a big Glenn Murray guy. He'd always score 40 for me in my playoff or my hockey pools. Sneaky 40 goal Glenn Murray. So just total coincidence, I guess.
Favorite coach won a Stanley Cup there.
So, there you go. See, you didn't get the memo. You're not supporting him today.
I don't support any team. I just talk about them.
Neither do we. We just support our friends, Noodles.
My job is to talk about the teams, not to wave pom poms or wave back scratchers. That's it.
Tell us about your team, the Ottawa Senators, who you know so well. Is that heartbreak? Well, obviously it's heartbreak. Have they deserved a win, or how do you feel about that series?
I think it's closer than a 3-0, but it's a great indicator for every fan base, for every team, to see how thin the margins are to win in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Prime example, regardless of how you arrived at overtime in game 2, Drake Batherson on the overtime, Max Domi's overtime winner. He makes offensively, he makes a November backhand saucer through the middle. And then the back check, it's January, hey, wave at the puck, but it wasn't a playoff play. And it ends up in the back of your net. That's the margin for error. After you battle back, yes, they didn't have a lot of shots in the third period. Their first shot they scored on, which was a nice redirect by Gaudette. But in the playoffs, you take what you're given, and you have to play patient, and you have to play smart. And the minute that you don't, something can bite you. And if you have game changers on either side, a person who needs one shot, they'll make you pay. So game 2, lesson learned. I thought last night was a coin flip game 2. I as well. I thought both goaltenders made good saves. I thought the top players from both sides had good looks, but it wasn't a high event kind of wide open game. It was an overtime game. And the difference in the overtime winner is you lose a draw in the defensive zone and you don't get in the lane to block a shot. And to me, Mike Kelly, I won't take credit for this, but Mike Kelly, my good analytics friend who works for Sportlogic, posted the analytics of the stats for the Leafs and the Senators as far as getting their shots through from the point. The Senators had way more attempts, but they weren't getting their shots through. And that's the difference, is you get your shot through and it's a seeing eye shot and you can go, geez, Linus Ullmark, you got to make a save there. He didn't see it. I mean, He still hasn't seen it. He saw it on the replay. But in the end, I didn't love his positioning on that. I didn't see a readjustment. So there was more glove to give there, but that's not his fault. And I thought it was, but the difference is you lose a draw. Austin Matthews had cleaned them out on draws all night long. And unsuspecting character just throws the puck towards the net. What he does, he hits the net and he gets a shot through. And the Ottawa Senators, their defensemen outscored the Toronto Maple Leafs defensemen quite handily this year. But it's been 4 goals from Leafs defensemen in this series that you could probably say might be the difference maker.
Is that one of those little things? Like I remember playing in playoff series where I actually specifically remember Stefan Yell blocking about 8 shots in the last minute against Detroit.
Yeah.
As good as Kipper is, it was like you block every shot. And with Ottawa, is that just part of the learning curve for him? Oh my God, this is in. You talked about Batherson. I don't think he's not trying, but it's not as detailed as it needs to be. That block shot, you're saying it's not Ullmark's, and I agree with you. If you're the first, if that draw's lost, it can't get through.
You just can't
get to the net.
And there's multiple layers there. It's not just the forward that's going out. It's defense that got affronted. You're right. It's other players in looking at their matchup. But quite honestly, it might have been the forward that was going out there that took a different approach to get there instead of cutting to the lane and then straight out. Like, it's just a small detail. But again, you're going to look at it in the video room today and go, God, I could have taken a half step here. Body there. And the one thing that, teams that have a little bit more experience in the playoffs is they know, hey, like everyone blocks shots. Everyone gets in the lane. It's a war out there. Every piece of ice is contested. And it's not like even game 1, the score wasn't indicative really of the game. It was their special teams let them down. The Sens were 0 for 3. The Leafs were 3 for 6. Like, that's the difference. It was undisciplined penalties, which Ottawa let it unravel. And the Leafs power play, went to work. And I thought, I watched Travis Green's media last night. I watched it again today. He said, I'm not complaining. I'm not taking a shot. But, the Leafs, if you look at their last 2 games, their power play goals, they've been favorable bounces. One, Ullmark hits a stick. It hits Jensen, slides into the net. Last night, that goes off Pinto's skate and slowly gets over the line. Yeah, Austin Matthews was there to probably would have helped it get there anyways. But, I don't think it was missed assignments. I don't think it was like Edmonton's penalty kill, where it's just like, I don't know what the hell they're doing there. Where at least Ottawa, you could see a semblance of like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to defend it. And you know what? A couple tough luck plays that end up in the back of their net.
Yeah, and look, there's bounces all over. We know that when games go to overtime, it's anything. If that puck catches a quarter inch of a pad on the way, it doesn't hit the net. Hope you're better. How would you square up the net mining? When you talk about, one team kind of looks poised, the other's first time under the lights, so to speak, for playoffs, but Stolarz has been the better of the two by, I think, a pretty significant margin.
Yep, he has. I mean, I didn't love Brady Tkachuk's goal last night outside of that, but if you look at it, he's had quality starts. He's made the saves that he should. And, if anything, like game one, he got a post short side. He had a shaft of the stick where, Zetterlund has a wide open net, shoots, hits his shaft of the stick. So those are two favorable bounces that might have changed the complexion of that game. Game two, I thought he was solid. Last night, Tim Stützle has a shot right from home plate area going downhill, and Stolarz takes a step out, and Stützle hits him kind of right in the chest. Like they've got to make him move. They've got to beat him high. They've got to, pick some spots. I think Stolarz has given them the type of goaltending that you want in the playoffs. Just, solid, not leaky, make the saves you should. He's had 3 quality starts. So yes, statistically and eye test, he's outplayed Ullmark, but I wouldn't say Ullmark has been poor in his last 2 starts. I think those were coin flip. I didn't love game one. The difference in game one was Stolarz made the save on Brady Tkachuk on the breakaway. He made a couple big saves where on the other end, every chance that Toronto had was in the back of the net. So I thought Ullmark was not good game one. I thought he was good in game two. And last night I thought he was really good. He just, unfortunately, you didn't come up with one save that was a screenshot.
So I sort of have this view of organizations in the NHL and life cycles. And, Ottawa is where Toronto was a while ago. Toronto used to be a team that had lots of good young players just trying to get in. Yeah. And Ottawa for years have been building this base of core players and pillars in which you can build a championship caliber team. But it's their first time in this tournament. And I think especially in game one, that showed they were over exuberant. They weren't disciplined. Maybe the pressure hits them differently than Toronto. Yeah. So big picture, I love this for Ottawa. Like they'll come back hungry. Even if they get swept, they might even come back better next year. Right. They have that experience. They know what's different about playoff hockey than regular season. And I think we're also starting to see the Leafs kind of mature into that. Yeah, the Caps will never win. And then, you know what? Maybe the Caps will win. Like we talked about the word poise, and I understand there's coaching change and personnel tweaks here or there, but Core 4 hasn't let you down here. This looks like a team good enough to win.
Yeah, I agree. I still need to see a longer runway against a team that, I've had to stop some people short and say, okay, they're winning the cup this year. People saying that to me. I'm saying, well, there might be 2 teams in Florida that might have something to say about that. And there might be this Washington team that was at the top of the league the whole year. There's going to be markers. But to your point, I don't disagree. I think the Core 4 has been excellent. I think they haven't cheated for offense when the game is tight. I think they've played more determined. Matthews and Marner killing penalties show that Chief trusts him in every scenario. If I look at it, the difference, you could argue that, yes, the Core 4 has gotten mature and kind of knows or wants to play a certain way. But I would argue some of the moves that Tree made in the offseason, a lot of them are paying off. The goalie, Stolarz, has been really good. Okay. The 3 defensemen, where you bring in Tanev, that settles down a pairing. You bring in Oliver Ekman-Larsson, settles things down, who's he's their 3rd pairing guy, but he won a cup, in that 3rd pairing. And then you bring in Brandon Carlo, and another big defender, just stays at home. My biggest concern for the Leafs coming into the playoffs, and if they go deeper, which it looks like they're going to, does their D move the puck well enough? Can that D be contained in their own zone? Because when you look at Carlo, when he goes to pass, it's a flutter puck. And McCabe isn't, they're not all really efficient at moving the puck. Morgan Rielly's a skater, likes to play and jump up into the play. Everyone else is kind of like, hey, I'm a defenseman. Now Benoit scored. That helps with his confidence. You look at guys like that, but I think that's where, if I was looking at Toronto's getting deeper, that's where I would focus on is making them play in their own zone and trying to force that D to handle the puck a little bit more, where, maybe they're not as clean as other teams that have D that can really move the puck, like a Norris caliber D.
Sure.
Where Florida and Tampa are going to have that, right? That's the difference.
Are you impressed with Florida? I mean, hard not to be going into Tampa and winning both.
Yes, I was impressed with Florida game 1. I thought Tampa was terrible. The goalie didn't make saves. Their top players were out to lunch. So, chalk it up. Last night, the one thing I noticed, I don't know if you guys watched the whole game or kind of had one eye on both type of thing, but Florida, every chance they got, they took a piece of Kucherov. And by the end, Kucherov was giving it to the ref. And rightfully so, because there were times where Kucherov was nowhere near the puck and Listeranian would skate by and just cross-check him and give him an extra shot. And in Florida, they're mean. They play for keeps, right? Like that. Yeah. That's their DNA. And it's not just, hey, we got Brett in, you've got Bennett there and you've got Tkachuk that do that. Like they've got everyone in that lineup kind of plays chippy in a certain way. And they've kind of got, you could argue they've got Tampa's number and they have had it for a long time, but it's just they've found a formula how to play Tampa, and Tampa can't break through right now. And last night was a coin flip. It's a 1-0 game.
Goal. What's up with Vasi?
Yeah. That's the thing. Vasilevsky, I love him. I think he had an unbelievable season, which he did. But game 1, he wasn't great. And if we talk about margins, you can't allow a bad goal. You can't, because the guy at the other end didn't. That's the difference, right? So, and when you lay those teams, I always do that whiteboard, lay them side by side. They match, man. Like they're so close. They're so close.
5 years in a row they played each other. Winner of the series has gone to the Cup final each of those 5 years. It's wild. It could happen again very easily.
It's boring, and I don't want to get it too deep into it. The Hagel hit on Barkov.
Yeah, what do you think happens?
Well, I think he's getting suspended. There's a hearing. So I don't know if you saw. There's a hearing. I think he gets a game. He's got to get a game. Like that was a interference call, was it not?
Yeah.
Well, the question was, does
like Barkov had? You should have awareness that people are there.
Yeah.
Barkov was like.
But I think he didn't I think he didn't think he was going to get hit because he didn't touch the puck.
If he touches the puck, I think he shoulder checks.
Hagel thinks Barkov touches the puck and he drills him. And I think Barkov isn't ready for the puck or the hit because he doesn't touch the puck.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's just one of those things. I don't want to spend.
I'd be shocked if it was anything more than a game, but I think he gets a game just on the fact that it was an interference call. He's going to say, we just made the argument from both sides.
Right.
We just, because Hagel on the call is going to go, that guy touched the puck in my mind. I'm finishing my check.
Right.
And Barkov or whoever's representing him is going, this guy didn't touch the puck. What are we doing here? Yeah. So I think it's a one game. I'm more concerned, that didn't look good, but Barkov could wake up today and be fine, or he could be out a week. He could be out the series, who knows? Like that's
huge.
That's concerning because he is the straw that stirs everything there. He legitimately is, because everything runs through him. He's a hell of a player, and if they miss him for any length of time, I still believe Tampa makes a series of this. But they got to get their act together. They've got to find a formula or something where they're they're getting more distracted by the nonsense than playing, because Tampa's got a lot of skill too. But I watched it, and every whistle, it's like, hey, let's punch Braden Point in the face. Let's get after Kucherov. And those are their top players. Like Gensel's going through it for the first time, this Battle of Florida. Like he's feeling it too. So, but they have missed a lot of great, like if you look at the chances they had yesterday, they ran a melt. I don't know if you guys, you know what a melt is, right? Like
highlight pack.
Yeah, they ran a melt of like all the missed chances and how close, and Tampa's been all around it. They just, goalie Bob had a little bit of favorable bounces and some luck as well. But Bob's a great goalie. He's matching the guy at the other end or better.
Okay. Late game tonight, Edmonton hosting LA. They're down 2-0, and it's maybe less than being down 2-0. It's just how out of sorts they've looked through the first two games in LA. At 5-on-5, the Kings have completely controlled this series. And if not for missing 3 empty nets, we're talking about 2 very lopsided losses here for the Oilers. Is it too far gone? How do they get this back on track if they can?
Well, optically, here's how I think they're going to start. Is they're starting Pickard.
Yeah.
And I think optically what you're doing is going, hey, everyone wants to blame Skinner, and they probably I haven't loved his game. Like, let's be honest, I don't think anybody's loved his game. Mm-hmm. But you can't lay it all on him. Those are grade A chances they give up. But as we just talked about with Ullmark and Stolars, Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky, go through the guys who have come out on the winning side, the teams that have been on the winning side, their goaltenders giving them saves. I'll give you a prime example, LA, Edmonton. Clark scores on the power play. Nurse, he tries the slide. He tries the Rhett Warner slide, but it goes underneath him, and Clark scores on the power play late. Zach Hyman gets a grade A opportunity, and Kemper makes that left pad save, and then Hyman has the rebound into the open net, and Gavrikov bats it away. Like, that's the difference. Like, stuff like that, where it's like one end, you don't get the save and the play. The other end, you get the save and the play. And we just talked about margin of error. Terrible play by Nurse on the Byfield goal.
Yeah, big
like
time.
Draisaitl's taking the body, separating puck. Nurse does a drive-by and then goes, oh, it's behind me. Okay.
Game's still gone.
Shoot.
So then here's the other thing. So Byfield's got an angle to the net. Bouchard takes the pass away. Short side shelf, beautiful shot by Byfield. I need a save there. I'm sorry. I need a save, because I could understand if Byfield ended up going forehand around Skinner.
Yeah.
But Bouchard gave the lane to the goalie. You take that. I've got this pass. You need to trust your players. And as much as I've hated Bouchard's game, that's on, like, I'm sorry, you need a save. You need that save there. And terrible, Arvidsson makes it 3-2. Nice, beautiful little redirect in front. And then he has the terrible turnover. Okay. I'm sorry. You need a save on Kempe there. That's 4-2. That's a dagger. That's curtains. Mm-hmm. And again, that's just, it's a lot to ask of the goaltenders, because those are egregious turnovers. But the teams that are having success, the teams goalies that are playing well, are making that big save at the right time. So the team goes, oh, we won't, these egregious errors. Not every mistake we make ends up in the back of the net. Yeah. And that's what's happening right now. Now, that's just one piece. Okay, one. I've got about a 7-pack if you want for this.
Yeah, fire away. As unbiased observers, we're fascinated by this series.
Well, the D, you've got a bunch of guys punching above their weight, because you're asking Kulak, who's a 5, to play in the 4. You're asking Emberson, who's a 6, to play in the 5-4 spot. They miss Ekholm a ton, obviously. Okay, but you should be able to do it by committee. And to me, it starts with your $9 million defenseman, who has not been good. I think Nurse had a pretty good season to start off with.
It was
down the stretch. He was he
effective.
He tapered off, but I think he had a good season. He hasn't been very good for them. And to me, it's decision making. It's intensity. All of the things that have been lacking with this team. You can say, well, Nurse is a leader. He has to be a lot better. Evan Bouchard, I don't know his decision-making defensively, we know what he is. He was out to lunch in game 1, out to lunch in his own zone. I don't know what he was doing, passing pucks through the middle of the ice, puts it on Danault's stick, knocking people over, his own players. But offensively, you look at the score sheet, you're like, oh, that guy had a couple assists. You're like, yeah, of course. Yeah. He touches the puck before McDavid goes and gets it. But so Bouchard and Nurse are their most important guys. Wallman, I like Wallman. I think Wallman's a solid defenseman, but this is his kind of first kick at the can. he was over aggressive in game one. I think he's a decent player, but that D has to shrink things up and go, we're doing this by committee. We're not going to be high risk. We have to realize that every shift could be our last as far as how we have to play. And then the forwards, outside, let's move Draisaitl and McDavid to the side because you know what you're going to get from them. Zach Hyman, the pucks aren't going in for him like they did easily last year. So he has to work to score. He looks a little bit out of sorts and his confidence looks down. Okay. RNH is playing in second gear. I have no idea why his intensity hasn't come up, but he looks slow and deliberate. And when you're slow and deliberate out there, you play into LA's hands who can shrink. They do a 1-2-2 and a 1-3-1 depending on how they want to defend at times in the game. And to me, their forwards haven't been able to be effective. And then take your pick of whoever else. I think there's good players there. Kane looked rusty. I thought he was trying to be aggressive. He looked rusty. Frederick, same thing. Looked like he's playing on an ankle that's not 100%, but he's trying. Like, to me, I've said this before, they've got about 7 or 8 things that have to come together for them to have success. And it looks like it's a work in progress. I just don't know if they'll get there fast enough, because out of all the stuff that I've pointed out here with the Kings or with the Oilers, nobody's talking about how good the Kings are.
That's exactly.
Kings been awesome.
The Kings are a damn good team.
Yeah, and if you were going to build a team to play against Edmonton, having watched them in the last 3 postseasons, you're like, okay, we need really, really great center depth down the middle. We need to have good goaltending, and it's got to be excellent team defense. Like, it's kind of what they're doing, and the offense has been the real surprise to me, because if you can go Danault, Kopitar, Byfield, love your centers. Yeah. The D-core, they dress 7, like a lot of those guys. Aside from Doughty, it's not flashy, but they, like you alluded to, they play a structure and a system that allows Darcy Kemper to go, 16 straight games with 2 or less to close the regular season. Like, it's a well-designed team, understanding they're in Edmonton's division.
Now the biggest thing is, this is where the coach has got to make his money. Now you get onto home ice, you got to find some matchups that, you can find an extra shift here or there for McDavid and Draisaitl. I was surprised they had Perry that high. Like, I like Corey Perry, but he's 40 years old. Like, to me, I saw what they lined up at practice today. They had Perry on the 4th line, and they had Hyman up there. Like, you need Hyman to skate and to be aggressive and turn pucks over. And, I think tonight Edmonton has to just load up and play a top 6. Jan Marcus scored, but he had 2 goals all season, and none of them beat a goaltender. They were empty netters, and so I look at what they're trying to do. Could Evander Kane find something? It's hard, man. He missed a year, but I do think there is a chance to get back into the series if they win tonight and get some confidence going. But a lot of it starts, as I just mentioned, like, optically. We're gonna put Pickard in net. Now, Pickard is an unmade bed in there. Like, he's just he's aggressive and he's all over the map, but he goes down swinging. Where, I guarantee you, optically, that game-winning goal, game 1, where Skinner's looking to the right and he sits there, and after it's in the net, like, oh, where is it? Well, everyone, it's in the net because you can hear the crowd cheering. Like, and then. Like, to me, Skinner looks out of sorts, and it's easy to put him as a scapegoat, but he has not played well enough. They need somebody that the team needs to be a lot more detail oriented, but they need somebody that can give them a save when they need it, when there's a breakdown, and they haven't gotten it.
Okay, final one, Flames question for you. The Americans have announced their preliminary, first 18 guys of their World Championship roster. It's going to be Joey Decord, Jeremy Swayman, 2 teams that missed the playoffs, in net for the Americans, and the kid that was playing at Northern Michigan or Western Michigan, whoever won the NCAA Frozen Four, not a Dustin Wolf. Should he be going if it's only a 3? Is USA Hockey making a mistake by taking 2 guys that had much worse seasons than Dustin Wolf? Is there anything to see here?
Well, there's a lot to see, because when I saw the list released, I assumed that Wolf's just said no.
I wish he might have done, but based on
I just assumed he was like, I've had a long year. I just need to let my body relax. this is not a popular opinion. I had a coach that used to call that tournament the tournament of losers. So he, head off to the tournament of losers, you guys. Don't worry about the playoffs. That's what he would say. And listen, the World Championships, I think, are fantastic for guys to extend their seasons, to gain more experience, to play in high stakes circumstances, but it's not for everybody. I would love to, if you're asking me, Dustin Wolf should have been one for their team.
Right.
Based on who had the types of seasons. Swayman didn't have a great season, but he has pedigree, so no problem. You could split it. Joey Decord, this is his first kick at the can of being a one, and I'd say Wolf outperformed him. So, I just assumed, this is news to me, but I assumed that Wolf just said, I played a lot this year. I just need a break.
What do you think about that? Because I've thought about.
Let me just add a little nugget first, because I ran into a mutual acquaintance of yours, and maybe you can connect the dots here when I was out at lunch yesterday. But he had suggested that, Wolf, you could come, but you might be a 3. And it's like, okay, so you've got the Olympics next year. Swayman's the guy you took to 4 Nations. The Decord situation is an interesting one because he had not declared whether he was going to play for Canada or the USA, a free agent, so to speak, with dual passport. And if you get him to play in this tournament, you've won him over. I don't know if some people would say go for the experience, but if you're Dustin Wolf and you believe in your heart of hearts, you're better than those two guys. And you're like, oh yeah, Swayman looked really good behind a cup contender playing half the games and never more than 44 games. Look at my season. I just wonder if he said, you know what? Let's don't let this affect my Olympic chances, but I'm not going to go open the gate or watch from the press box for 3 weeks.
You're right. Everyone's circumstances are different. Okay. Believe it or not, there was a time where I actually got offered to go as a 3, which is, in another lifetime when I had some pretty good stats coming off of a really good season in St. Louis. And I turned it down, not because, and it wasn't even like, hey, it was an offer. It's like, would you be interested? So put it that way. Yeah. And I said, no, because I didn't want to, it's a month. It's a month of your life.
I can't decide if I like the tournament or not. I understand you want to have pride and play for your country. And then the Olympics, and you're trying to put yourself in a position where you're getting considered. I don't know if I agree with this tournament.
Well,
I think there's things to be gained, like you said, for younger kids to compete against high end. And
Zane Parekh scoring. Perfect, right?
Yes.
But I don't know if it's the right move. And I said, who did we talk to the other day? Maybe it was just us. There's no way GMs want you going.
Some don't. Yeah.
I would say I have no problem if I'm a GM and I want young guys to go.
Yeah.
Because if they finish their season in college or they finish their season in junior or even in the minors, or even your first year NHLer that played 12 minutes a night and played 60 games. To me, that's where you want to continue your growth at higher levels for higher stakes. But I just disagree with, and I've heard this, again, I can't confirm or deny it, but I've heard this. It's like, well, Nick Suzuki didn't go to the Worlds last year. Team Canada was pissed at him, so they didn't choose him this year to go to the 4 Nations Faceoff. And you're like, really? So when Nick Suzuki wanted to rest his body after 82 games, and that he may have been a guy that could have gone to the 4 Nations this year, but, you didn't go for 3 weeks to the Czech Republic and drink your face off with the rest of the guys. Because a lot of those guys, I had a buddy who went there.
It's a lot of fun.
Played for Team USA, and he said they played so bad. At one point they were almost close to being relegated because they lost to some Belarus or something like that. And he said the GM had to come in and say, guys, can you get in before 5 a.m. in the morning? And we play at 1 p.m. every day, and they're bringing guys home in shopping carts and in luggage valets and stuff.
Right, you would have loved it.
Well, it would be fun, but
that's the thing that people forget. These tournaments, guys either go by themselves or they bring their family, and it's like a vacation that they play hockey on too.
Yeah.
So it depends on who's going, where they are at the stage of their career, and that. But I look at it. Samuel Montembeault went last year and played very well for Canada. got on Canada's radar. Yep. And he ended up being the number 3 for Team Canada this year in the Four Nations Faceoff. And he's continued his play. He's become a number 1 for Montreal and played well. So there's as many as I'm like making fun and all of that. There's success stories where guys go and it helps their career. It helps them get to the next level, helps them grow as players. And the Dustin Wolf one, it blows my mind if they're just going to open the door. Well, no, like, you should be playing. Like,
and for the job.
Yeah. I know I'm saying I would be a little surprised. It raises your eyebrows to USA Hockey if they didn't invite him. If they invited him and he's like, I don't need this right now. I just had my first pro season and I just want to rest and get ready for next year.
Well, what kind of invite? You invite me to watch these other two play? Like, are you going to give me a chance to actually win this job? Like, be honest with me. I don't want to spend a month over there if you're not going to.
And so we don't have those details, so it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to judge on the non-details, but I would argue that if they're saying we're bringing you in as a 3, then be like, I'm good. Not today, Butch. That's what I would say. So.
Noodles, enjoy the hockey. It's been a ton of fun. Lots of overtimes, lots of fun.
What else is going on?
Oh, well, yeah. Now that we're late, Noodles, how's your life? What's up?
It's been busy, man. It's a grind. Like, I think I told you guys.
Traveling anymore. What are you talking about? You're off the Sens beat.
Every night I've been working, and then I think I told you the wife's car got stolen, so we're dealing with
still
replacing that. I got it back to yesterday, dropped it off today for the trade-in, and it just got like, I can't keep up. That's the problem. I can't keep up with all of the things that I've got to do.
Right.
That's the biggest challenge, but I'm fine with it. You know what? The best part is, like, non-biased, you can just sit back and watch hockey. And
popcorn, bowl of corn, and turn the tube on.
It's nice, listen, I do feel bad. Like, would I like to see Ottawa at 2-1 instead of 3-0? Yeah. But I'm happy for people in Toronto that are like, hey, this team looks a little different this year, feels different. Again, we'll see if they can continue to push through. They haven't had a lot of adversity down the stretch. They've been, knock on wood for them, I'm showing people, they've been healthy. They haven't had anybody out of their lineup. Everyone's been good. They've gotten some favorable bounces, all of that. So when the adversity train comes for them, because it comes for everybody, that's where I'd like to see what will happen.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, as always. Generous with it. Enjoy the hockey, and maybe less is more. Take a page out of Rhett's book. He works 2 hours a day.
He does nothing. That's the thing. He does nothing.
And I still can't keep up. I still feel like you.
Stop chasing.
I'm going to start my own company. I need like a Kramerica, and I need I need an assistant.
AI. You can do an AI agent. You can be very helpful for you.
That's Rhett's answer to everything, by the way. It's just AI. Thanks, Noodles.
All right, guys. Chat soon.
Crystal Waters, the guest hotline. Always good to hear from Noodles. Seems to think we have a rooting interest.
I don't know what
it's unprofessional, and honestly, a little offended. He knows our body of work.
It's not how we operate.
Our work's out there for everyone to judge. Feel like just some unbiased journalism is all we're here to provide. Crystal Waters, whether you're a home builder looking for high volume professional mechanical subcontractors, or maybe you're just a homeowner looking for installation, replacements, repairs, or maintenance, maybe you're a property manager, real estate owner, whatever it is, Crystal Waters can offer their comprehensive mechanical solutions. Make sure your home is safe and ready for the summer. Let them inspect your plumbing, heating, and cooling for the summer months ahead. Also, Barney's, Barn Burner fans, viewers, customers, save up to $1,000 in discounts and or upgrades. Crystal Waters, plumbing and heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100 or crystalclearcalgary.com. We didn't even egg him on the Bouchard stuff, Jack. That was all him, unprompted.
That was all him.
Don't look at me.
I think the whole hockey world is looking at that. And
that's going to come to a head this summer, by the way.
And a big part of it is because the best players, and 2 of them, are sitting there not winning. Yes, they had a chance last year. I'm not trying to belittle anything, but when you look at that team and you look at all the other teams that are behind you there or in the playoffs, why they're not heads and tails the favorite says something about what's going on in Edmonton.
I try to imagine last year's team playing this year's team and how night and day that is, because They're slower. They're older. They're getting worse goaltending. Ekholm, look, you couldn't have planned for him to be hurt. Bad luck.
Yep.
Teams deal with injuries. They really, really, really miss him. Bouchard's plays way off. Hyman's scoring at half the rate he was last year. And look, they're the second oldest or oldest team in the league, depending on your measure. They're another year older than last year. And when you're 23 and you're a year older, that's great. When you're 32 and you're a year older, that's not great.
It's not great. Anyway.
And look, they're a win away from getting right back in the series tonight. They're a loss away from okay, we got to start looking shopping for a soul
searching if that's happening.
Yeah, and then that'll really push the Bouchard thing to a head, because we all have feelings about the player, what he is, what he isn't. This summer, you could see how the Oilers feel about it, because arbitration is a real nasty beast that locks you in. There's no kicking it down the road. It's like, here's the deadline, neutral party, take it or leave it. And the threat of that might get the wheels moving. But again, there'll be lots of time to dissect this as things pass.
I don't know how that one plays out, because if I'm the boss up there, but I don't know who. I mean,
who are you calling?
Somebody take him off my hands.
I'll say this. If I was Stan Bowman and I said, look, this isn't a fit, whether it's salary, whether it's play, whether it's just morale's not good. Like, if I'm trying to move Evan Bouchard, I am going to the most analytically driven front offices and saying, you guys aren't reading newspaper clips and looking for narratives here. Look at the data. Do you want this player?
Yeah.
Because if you're doing the body languageometer or the look how it's like, if you're doing all the narrative stuff, it looks awful. Under the hood, there's a pretty darn good player offensively that's had a rough stretch here.
I don't disagree with when you say offense, but what's offense based on? Point production?
And he's playing with some megastats.
Exactly.
Yep, totally.
That's my problem. That's my fly in the ointment of that argument. It's like,
or is he a facilitator?
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's where, those teams that are the best at data would have a very confident position on what he is and what he isn't. The same people that said, we'll trade Rantanen and we can replace his production. Like, what are they doing? Oh, he's been good, but he hasn't looked like a star elsewhere.
No.
Okay. Let's get to your chance to win $1 million. Only a few days. We keep reminding you.
Yeah, we don't have many days.
Don't be a procrastinator. Don't be a Noodles. Don't be falling behind. Keep up. It's the Service Big Share, full swing. In fact, just about to wrap up. You got 6 days. Let's get her going here. $1 million you could win just by saving money. All you got to do is become a member and start saving with Service. Every $500 you save gives you 5 entries to the Service Big Share contest. It'll end April 30th. What is that, next Wednesday? 28th, I feel like some Monday.
Yeah, 28th, there's something going on.
So I got something on the 28th. 28th, what's going on? Yeah, okay.
Don't get caught up in it.
So, we got practice. Okay, good. 30th is your last chance. So don't miss out. Again, get some saving done. That's good. Oh, and win $1 million. That's really, really, really good. Someone's going to have it happen to them. Contest ends April 30th. There is a skill test required. For rules, you want them all? You want the fine print? Service.ca/win. Check it out. You can also double your entries when you invest in a registered account like a TFSA or an RRSP. And if you want to set up your paycheck for automatic deposit, more bonus entries, GICs, high yield and interest rates, great term lengths, high yield savings accounts, lots of things to park your money in to keep more of your money, and a chance to win that $1 million with the Service Big Share. Jack, you got a big weekend coming up.
What do you got, Jack?
It's finally. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Really nice weather here.
Oh, beauty.
And again, it's Calgary. We don't do spring. We do tastes of summer and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th winters and things like that. We're getting taste of summer this weekend.
Yes, we are. And the boys are back on the smoker, Rhett.
Oh.
Picked up some brisket yesterday.
Nice.
I'm jacked. We're trying to figure out what to cook with the brisket. I'm leaning mac and cheese.
Oh, that's a good call.
That's a heavy.
Yeah.
That's a heavy. Yeah, that's a straight to bed after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a we're going out after.
No.
That's like, let's put on a movie and let it watch us.
Thank you.
We're going out tonight. And then
Perfect.
Tomorrow's sitting outside all day smoking meat. And
Man.
I gotta get a nice bourbon iced tea kind of thing.
Ooh. Those Origin iced teas are deadly.
Yeah.
Just fill the glass right with ice right to the top, Jack. Just keep going. Keep going.
If you're into coleslaw, that's always a classic that goes with
Yeah,
it.
coleslaw would work well.
The potato salad is always a win, so you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, if your mouths are sweating like Rhett and my mouth are sweating listening to what Jack's big old
I get
smoke
so
fest.
wound up for the meat that it becomes very secondary. Cornbread.
Sure. Any of these things. There's no wrong answers here. You've got brisket. You're smoking brisket. And if you're interested in maybe putting some meat out on a smoker, get the grilling going, make sure you say hi to our pal Greg up at Bonton. It's a tradition of quality products and personalized service for over 100 years. It's a long time.
That's a century, Ryan.
Jeez, it's a century plus. We're talking about the finest premium AAA Alberta beef, locally raised fresh pork. Also, we're talking free-range chicken locally, turkey, Alberta lamb, some milk-fed veal, whatever your meat is, whatever your adventure is, on the grill or on the smoker. Go check in, say hi to our buddy Greg at Bonton. Tell him Sam Bennett is having a really nice career.
Talk nice about eggs and you'll be.
Yeah, just say, you know what, Greg, you were right about Sam. You really were. I don't know what he said, but just say he was right. Been good. Scored again last night. Also, over 20 varieties of salads, desserts, meat pies. But yeah, this weekend, Jack, you're doing it right. It is a grilling
I'm happy
backyard.
You're not far from my house. I might
vitamin
come
D
taste test.
Oh, sun feels so good. Oh,
don't burn yourself or the brisket.
Turn your mic on. We can't hear you. Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh yeah, my mic's off.
Yeah.
I stay out of the way completely.
If you're gonna burn one thing, make it your nose, not your meat. That's just a rule of thumb here. Don't overdo it. Low and slow. Alberta, Southern Alberta's Consumer Choice Award winner, Best Meat and Deli, 24 years in a row. That's a run. Bonton Meat Market, 28 Crowfoot Circle, Northwest. Pinder Report time. We're going to get into that for our good friends at Village Honda. What's going on at Village Honda? They still want to buy your car. You've heard them. You're thinking about it. They're reminding you we still want to buy your pre-owned vehicle. All makes, all models. Appraisals, complimentary. Get a deal done. Payment in 24 hours. And for a limited time, a cruise voucher. Hey, honey, we got this car we've been trying to get rid of. Why don't we go for a cruise and I'll get this thing off our driveway? Deal? Let's go. No obligation. Details now, villagehonda.com. It is your dealership for life in the Northwest Auto Mall and online at villagehonda.com. Let's start with Flames Nation. Rep. The people are talking. The writers are writing. The readers are reading over at flamesnation.ca. A couple of articles, maybe on opposite sides of the fence on how are we feeling. Ryan Pike, boy, he writes a lot. It's up to the Flames to make this surprising season mean something. We had the conversation last week. This year was great. It has to lead to something bigger than this because ninth in the West ain't it. Good read there. Maybe a little more negative view of the year. Next article. The 24-25 season represents another lost opportunity for middling Flames. It's from Liam. Well, the inevitable came to fruition, and the Calgary Flames finished dead middle in the league. Yeah, it is true. I mean, I don't think they were trying to, but the players are trying to be in the top 16. I think management was sort of thinking, we might have a high pick here. They did end up in ninth.
I was out at an event last night, and both these articles are true.
It's a really balanced view.
We don't need to dive into off-season chatter yet because the playoffs are fun and exciting, but my word to people as the fans of the Flames was just, whoa. Hey, now. Because people are very excited.
Can I give you a Lubardius?
Yeah.
One word. Be careful.
That's
right.
It is. It's true. Don't like
look at Nashville.
Yes. Just
hardworking, young, on the rise. We're just going to spend some money and we'll be great. Third last.
I don't even. Yeah.
That's with a good goalie.
Or they come back with the same team, even if they don't go out and spend money.
Yeah.
Stupidly or smartly. Like, are you duplicating what you did this year? There would be some guys that score more, but there's going to be some guys that probably score less. Perhaps score. Okay.
Like we said earlier, the young guys a year older, that's great.
Yeah.
The older guys a year older, that's bad. So we'll see. Lots of off season, but some good reading there. If you're dying for more Flames, stop talking about playoffs. We don't talk about Flames. FlamesNation.ca. We showed you the Wolf roster. Let's the lack of Wolf on the American roster for World Champs. The Americans usually go quite a bit younger. They are doing that here, and the fellow in question would be Hampton Slakinski.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a law firm, Jack. Go to McLeod Law. Don't you go to Hampton Slakinski? Like that? No.
But
Slakinski and Hampton. No. McLeod Law is where you go. Great for that guy to go be. And
well,
get the
I
experience.
wonder too, if like we talked about, if it's a situation where let's take a guy we're interested in, but that isn't going to be pouting about being a third.
Right. When we play Kazakhstan, Hampton, you can go in.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you'll be watching.
Or you might not play at all, but you're
Right.
happy to come around, and we're going to groom you.
It was 10 years ago today. If you were hoping not to cry today, screw you. Where were we 10 years ago?
Hansen both missed it. Back the other way. Here's David Jones. Takes the shot. Rebound. Ferland can't bury it. Loose puck. Stajan scores. Matt Stajan at 15:43. Calgary's got the lead for the first time.
And a couple of things. The dreaded turnover in the neutral zone. Alexander
Texted Matt this morning, said happy anniversary. He said, oh man, that feels like a long time ago. That was an emotional year for Matty. And he said, yeah, that takes me back. He also said that his friends in Toronto were planning the parade.
Oh yes, I talked. I was
if
just
you've got
staged
the
last night.
update.
People are busy.
Really? Oh, so they're getting the cart a little ahead of the horse with the Leafs.
Weird.
Because they won that series 2 years ago. And then what was it? They had that chant outside the rink, like, we want Florida, or like, bring on the Panthers.
No, I think they were looking past the Panthers too.
There's something along the lines of like, it didn't go well. No, it didn't.
And I would be cautious as a Leafs fan too.
Yeah, you should definitely
as
learn
good as
your history.
Ottawa's being. I feel like there's.
No.
Jesus!
You gotta warn us. That's a big mug right in our face. Hello, Boom.
Well, we can't.
Oh, he's muted.
You're muted.
We gotta unmute him.
Oh God, he's going in the ditch.
Please, sir. Hands at 10 and 2. Where are you?
How's it going?
Yeah, fine.
It looks very flat out there where you're driving. What are you doing?
What, out here? No, it's the majestic hills of central Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Is this this is how you became a mountaineer, right? Retro?
Yes, that's
right out here.
just over across that valley
right
there.
up there.
Yeah.
see that peak
Oh,
to the
sorry,
west
we got-
beam? He
got
summited
some-
them.
Got some
Oh, jeez.
little bird poo there for you, fellas. How are we doing? Snapping towels?
We're doing
Yeah.
great. Just had Noodles on, and just a lot of good playoff hockey. You're just unbiased journalists here. Really, may the best team win. That's all we want.
It's the best time of year. All we can be as fans, is just, we've got a job to do, but at the same time, you got to enjoy it. You wait all year for the playoffs, so
Yeah,
we deserve it. Yeah, we deserve it. How about Hellebuck gonna? Is he allergic to the playoffs? Does he hate playing in the playoffs? Because it doesn't seem like he wants to.
that bell was ringing a lot, but he'll be better game 4. Yeah,
Better be.
it's a long
Jesus.
series if he isn't. I'll tell you that.
Although Kim probably thinks he's playing great.
Yeah, it's true.
I thought
He does.
I thought my game was great. Although they were off. So this should be great. What's happening back there? You guys
It's really
managing
nice.
okay?
20 degrees tomorrow. I think Rhett's Indus to win this tonight. Is that right? Or
No,
it's-
Oh, that's right.
Across.
No Indians.
Cavs game tomorrow. Going to take the young men. That'll be good. Nice and stinking hot. Jack's smoking some meat with the fellas tomorrow. Shirts off for Kippersoff in the backyard. They got brisket going?
That'll go well. Yeah, just have the 911 and the fire extinguisher handy. What could go wrong with that?
How are the talentless influencer triplets?
It's a disaster, boys.
I knew it.
No.
You don't say.
It was long story short. So daughter and her friend, they love this triplet boy thing. They barely YouTube famous, and look, they're famous. I get it. Who the hell are we? I don't know how they get. I said to my wife, I said, I've gone to all kinds of events, concerts, live shows, comedians, and that. And even if it's something, it's not really my thing, but I get why maybe this is popular, why this is. No fucking clue. I got no clue. They sat there. They're obviously they're brothers, being that they're triplets.
Right.
And for a while they just talked about, remember we had the food fight and that was sick. That was insane. And then they had so there was 4 segments. That was just, it was insane. They showed some texts from their group chats like, you stink. Did you poop in here? LOL, SMH, TML, like fuck, whatever that is. So then they took these texts from the crowd. So basically it's like when we would do phones, when we run out of things to talk about, we just need the audience to do the content. So they would read. So here's one from an anonymous person. I was chased by an axe murderer. No, that's sick. That's insane. Whoa, that's crazy. And then they left.
Oh, dear. How many hours each way?
It was about, well, with the border, which was fine, but still you're looking at about 5 each way.
Oh,
plus some tickets and hotels and merch. So yeah, you know.
Were you the only one disappointed with the event, or was it
There were some other male persuasion there. I didn't really, as you can imagine, I didn't really engage with anybody.
No, but
I just kind of.
what about the young ladies though?
Everyone
loved it.
It was heartthrob-ish. It was boy band screaming, standing. Oh my God! Oh, it's so funny. Ah. So you know we always say boys are stupid. Girls might be stupid too, because if this is a big deal, it's a different kind of stupid. So yeah, so that was what day is it? So that Wednesday there, Thursday back, and now, as you can see, we're no longer in the foothills.
Right, flatlands there. Yeah,
yeah, we are. We're close to Regina.
Looking pretty rural there, if I can make.
Yeah,
that
it's pretty rural here. It's pretty.
They still got guys that come out and pump your gas in the small town? Are you gonna?
Just happened in Swifty.
Isn't
no
that nice?
way.
Yeah, we hopped out. Oh, Jesus! What do you need? Well, I was just gonna go fill it. You fill her up.
You're up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regular?
Fill her up.
Do they still ask if you want it unleaded or leaded, or have they got all unleaded out there now?
Well, luckily it's a diesel, so they figured that out. But they'd be well versed in the diesel situation out there.
Sure.
Yeah, but no, it's you go to the States, you get stuff. It comes in a plastic bag. My daughter's like, "Do we have to pay for all these bags?" I said, "No."
Dad, what's this long cylinder? That's called a straw.
Yeah, plastic straws and plastic cups and free bags, so we don't have to look like a bunch of hobos carrying our groceries out to the car afterwards. Yeah, and now Regina.
So can you get yourself to Game 5? Because I know you're eventually going to get closer to Winnipeg.
No, we just crossed the border, and then it's all the way
Forever
back.
Still.
Yeah, you got
yeah.
tie the wheel off and have a nap there. Straight roads.
Pretty much. Oh, here's a free plug to Young's Equipment. I'm not sure if you can see it. Case IH. Your
tractor
Case
specialist.
IH. Yeah, you're for all your tractor needs.
Right.
Out here in lovely Regina. Have you been to the new football stadium out here?
It's not new, and I have not.
I was out there for the outdoor game when I was on afternoons with this one's for Pat.
Like
we covered the Heritage Classic game between the Jets and Flames.
How old is that new stadium? A decade?
Yeah, the new one is probably 15 years old.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, for sure. It's so flat you can see it from here. Like we're
Really?
100 kilometers away from it, probably, and you can see it from here. It's hilarious. Yeah. So big plans for the weekends, lads? What are we doing?
The young men in a badminton tournament. So we're dialed in on that. Baseball season starts. Cavs game.
Doubles? Are they playing as a team?
No, they can't play as a team because we need to call 911. They're on opposite teams, separate teams.
How many rackets?
Bracket, thankfully.
Yeah. How many rackets has the one kid wrapped around other people's shins or arms or necks?
We're approaching double digits on racket purchases combined.
Yeah.
Because one's forgetful and the other's a spaz. It's not ideal. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what? I made a mistake. I apologize.
Okay.
We're approaching Moose Jaw.
Oh dear. So you
not Regina.
Yeah.
So
Crush can.
Yeah. Is it still standing?
So
it's long
further,
gone, right?
I think it's gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
So even further to go.
That's right. To finish your sentence, even further to go.
Now you could stop at the spa in Regina and do the Al Capone tour and the.
Now is that what's in Moose Jaw? Is it the tunnels? What are the tunnels in Moose Jaw? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Old Al Capone?
Yes.
It's the friendly city. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
Moose Jaw, the friendly city. So that's
6 feet from the moose's.
Yeah, right from the moose's arsehole. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to find you a place in Regina. Rebellion Brewing. They had a loop of old WWE WrestleManias and NHL 94 on Sega Genesis at a brewery. That was my favorite place in Regina. So
I can dig that.
Stop in there, but you want to watch Macho Man and like Prime Hulk and Andre, that'll be on TV there.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know that there's going to be a lot of brewery stops.
That's fair.
It's just going to be
just influencers and straight roads.
See, the nice thing about Saskatchewan is they designed their roads and their terrain for the autonomous vehicle.
That's right.
Yeah. This is Elon country out here. He would make a killing out here. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're going to, they've got a ring road now, which is nice.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go right down the middle of Regina to get through it. So that's nice.
Vern's Pizza. You can get some Vern's Pizza.
Stop at Vern's, yeah. Get a 2 foot thick, 2 foot thick pizza.
What was it?
Why don't you say hi to Corey Mace, our buddy, too? Because he's probably getting prepped, I'm guessing.
He probably is getting
ready.
A
lot of good things with the Riders. There's one.
That's CFL, right?
I think so. Jack?
Yeah.
Well,
Jack
they could play
CFL.
NFL if they would just get invited. Oof.
Yeah, that's all they needed.
So nice.
How about the Steelers last night, Dean? What'd your Bears do?
Yeah, the Bears. I got it right here. Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
Loveland.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Love a good tight end.
Oh, tight end.
Yeah, tight end.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
I got to get you up to speed on the jackometer really quickly.
Okay.
3 days ago, shitter, this guy's a fraud. He's a phony. It's no good. Steelers are betting favorites to take him. It's a disaster. Can't do it. 2 days ago, he comes in, totally changed my mind. Guy's a stud. We need him.
He made his rounds.
Build around. Made my rounds. I called. And then today he's like, never liked them. Shouldn't have picked them. Don't pick round 2. No way he gets 3. Never wanted him.
Yeah. That is the jackometer. That's why the jackometer is great. Because we know him best. And even we have no idea from one day to the next what it's going to be.
Has it changed since this morning, Jack?
No, it hasn't changed.
So we do or don't want?
We do not want him.
Okay.
we're not trading up in in the draft. We're not picking him. Okay. Stay clear.
Like at no point? Not two, round 2?
Nope.
Okay.
We're back on the Rodgers train. He's coming.
Oh,
Clip that audio. Clip that.
Oh.
Don't want Sanders. We want Aaron. See how that goes. No, I didn't see much of the draft. Got in, kind of unpacked a bag, packed a bag, and then we were at 5 this morning.
How come you didn't leave the dog with me?
Well, I wanted to kind of be there when we get back. So you'd have it for a day or so, then you'd leave it with somebody else. I don't know, some guy left it somewhere.
Yeah, I took to the SPCA. I was done with it.
No, we'd have had a hell of a weekend with the dog.
You would have. And then break hearts again when it's time for him to go.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You only hurt the ones you love, Dean.
That's what they say. Is that what they say?
That's
I'm not sure I've heard that one. You only hurt the ones you love.
Mm-hmm.
Guess there's something there, I guess. You got any great memories as I got passed through Moose Jaw? Any great Moose Jaw Warriors memories, Rhett?
We used to snot bubble the Warriors a lot.
Who was good on that team?
Curtis Brown, Ryan Smith.
I'm not sure if you can see. Can you see the Moose?
Chris Armstrong. I see the Moose. Big Moose. That's a big Moose.
There he is. Yeah.
Boy, that is a big moose.
It's a big moose beside a plane because moose love to fly, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there that cartoon with a moose that I'm sure?
Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah,
that's a banger.
Marmaduke? Was he a moose? Did you play against Roman? Was it Roman Vopat and Curtis Brown, your future
Curtis? Yeah.
Your future teammate, Curtis Brown.
Smith was there. Brown
Ryan
was better
Smith.
than Smith, and then Smith was better than Brown.
Yeah, Smith was better in the NHL than he was in the Western League. It was like he was very good in the Western League. This guy's pretty good.
I think I hit
Remember
Smith.
him? Smith had that. Of course, there's Ryan Smith we're talking about. He had the style even then, the long cuffs and the silver reflective Easton, the Gretzky,
the
Easton aluminum stick. Oh yeah, he looked with the mullet flowing out the back.
There was one team for that kid to go play for, and he got it.
It worked. Yeah.
Yeah. He got him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, safe travel, sir. We'll reconvene on Monday, and Habs are on TV tonight. If you can find.
Yeah. What are the games tonight? I haven't.
Montreal at 5.
Okay.
First home game. They're going to do the torch, failing hands. That whale sings the anthem. It's unbelievable theater.
Yeah.
You're going to get back in that series. Carolina, Jersey, go away. We're already done with you. That's at 6.
Yeah.
They might get Siegenthaler back tonight. And then Kings, Oilers, the nightcap at 8. May the best team win. No, don't really care.
Do you have a harmonica?
Yeah.
I don't, but if it could do for me what it's doing for them, I'll start. I'll start anytime. We'll figure it out. No, see, I didn't know if that game was, I didn't know if they were playing today or not. So
they're going to televise it too. So you'll find that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Depending, we'll move the rabbit ears around here at the farm and we'll see how it goes. Might be able to.
Tinfoil.
So Kings, Oilers, what time?
8 p.m. That would be probably 9 Central. I want to say
9 and here.
Toba time.
All right. Well, yeah. Sounds like maybe we'll try and throw that on tonight and see how
a big
it goes.
night for you.
Big night ahead, boys. Yeah, big night ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Just is it whiskey season out there still, or have you switched?
Oh, it's whiskey season.
Always whiskey season. Yeah.
Well, after a big long drive, you've earned it. All right.
Yeah.
Not before the drive.
Yeah, it's time to switch to whiskey. Been drinking beer all night. That's kind of
right.
That's always how it goes out here. So
yeah, it's not much for seasonal change.
No, that's unlike the time. It doesn't change. The time zone, it'll move back and forth. Not that. I'll see if I can get a shot of Drager's cabin out here.
Oh,
because his place is very close.
Yeah,
like just a few minutes from where I'm headed. So,
well, be safe, Dean. Be safe.
Yeah.
The only thing we would do. Right?
No one does more with their time off than me, boys.
You're just look at you, can't sit still. Going again.
Hopefully, there's some triplet influencers you can find in Manitoba too. That'd be just awesome. Love you, buddy.
Super pup, boys.
Yeah.
Winners win.
Spreading your joy across the prairies.
Smiles for miles.
See you, buddies.
There's our bundle of joy right there.
Can you imagine a 14-hour ride with him? Oof. And he's talking about he likes road trips. I'm not buying it.
For sure, he's got the Sour Patch and Skittles going. He'll like that.
Yeah.
With beef jerky, maybe a drink, but the rest is misery. Yeah. Okay, we were Pinder reporting.
No clue where we were in the Pinder report.
I luckily marked this down. We just showed you the Matt Stajan goal. That was an emotional one 10 years ago today. His goal would stand as the winner as they eliminate the Canucks. They came back big time in that game.
Good.
I remember being banged up at one night stands, I think, Jack.
I think I was at the game and was leaving when Stajan scored.
Oh, you're such an asshole.
I'm not joking. The kids were young, and I'm like,
that roar?
Let's go.
Tonight's games, one by one, we'll look at them real quick. Washington's up 2-0 in Montreal. It's going to be rowdy in Montreal. Have a start, fellas. Have a start. This is not a game you want to fall behind in. This is a game you want to lead in. They've come to life late in these games against the Caps. Need better starts. There's Lane Hudson on the right. Big bad Tom Wilson on the left. Carolina, Jersey, go away. I said it to Boom. We need this over. It's not been scintillating. Both goalies have actually been pretty good, which low event plus good goaltending equals low scoring. This is your under of the night. This is the Pinder under. Anderson and Markstrom, the two netminders there. Swede and a Dane.
Barf.
And the nightcap, actually, we got some news on New Jersey as well. It does look like Johan Siegenthaler's Johan. So Dylan and Hughes out, but Siegenthaler might give it a go. He has not played yet in the playoffs. Moving parts on the blue line. Kings Oilers is your nightcap at 8. There's 2 defensemen. They do it a little differently if you look closely.
I know who I'm.
And on opposite ends of the spectrum, Rhett, you said Doughty's one of the defensemen you respect the most.
I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love how he plays. I like his attitude. He has fun out there. He can skate. He plays physical.
Chirps a little.
He's good.
Blues got a big win last night. I don't think, secret weapon. Is it Bushnevich? Was it the home crowd? What about Binnington? No. The secret weapon was this guy right here.
I may not know that much about hockey. I admit that. But I do know a big game when a big game is here. And tonight there's a big game in St. Louis. And for this, I'm going to use my switchblade knife. You see, the St. Louis Blues sent me a box. And the St. Louis Blues are down 2-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. And I'm concerned about that. But I'm excited. Because down 2-0 gives you a chance to do something unbelievable. And when you got a head coach like Jim Montgomery, I guarantee you, he's telling his team right now, hey, Winnipeg's got dreams of winning the Stanley Cup. Winnipeg this, Winnipeg has dreams of that. Hey, we're the freaking nightmare. The St. Louis Blues. We're at home tonight. We're back at Enterprise Center in front of our fans. And we're going to hit these guys into the glass, onto the ice. And we're going to out-hit them. And when we substitute, we're going to get faster. Sorry for getting excited. I'm excited because I'm learning about hockey. Let me tell you something, man. These guys don't want to go back to Winnipeg. Nobody wants to go to Winnipeg. It's cold there. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm going to learn to skate because of the St. Louis Blues. And you're going to get this. That's my next thing. Even with my new hip, I'm going to go skating because I'm learning about hockey and I love the Blues. Get out of here.
Okay, nice. Got some jerseys. Let's stay with him for a bit here until we get the jerseys.
Sure. You think I love Jamar? You think I love Jamar Chase? Yes, I do. But right now, sorry, Jamar, I love the St. Louis Blues. You know why? They got a guy on their team at forward. Brett Hull. He's been kicking ass since ass was kicked. Look at this thing. Is this the greatest thing? Can you imagine me being an ice hockey guy? Jake.
Yeah, undo the chin strap.
Tight.
Anyways, look at this. Look at this right there.
Oh my God.
We need defense tonight. We need our defense. Chris Pronger. knocking blue buck, knocking guys around. Sorry.
Is he high?
Probably more comfortable than that. I love it, man. Got to out-hit these guys. That's what we got to do.
Jacked up, Fred.
Holy cow, this is autographed.
Oh, wow.
My God. You're not going to believe this. You know who their goalie is? Jordan Binnington. Look at this. Jordan Binnington. It's autographed. What's it say? It says, Coach, you're the best. I'm totally in awe of this, man.
So the blue secret weapon, clearly John Gruden. I like you only see clips when the guy's the head coach and you imagine what he's like. Nobody's having more fun than John Gruden. And he ends up going through his house and he's got memorabilia everywhere, Rhett, every wall. And he's like, oh, Binnington, he's a defensive player, a goalie. I'm going to put him by my defensive players. Warren Sapp, Lawrence Taylor. Like, this is incredible. And it's just like a house. Doesn't seem fancy, but it's got all these hallways just covered. And remember, look how jacked up he is. Gets to the end, he starts putting the skates on. Like, he is wound up. Like, this is unbelievable.
I want to see him try and wheel around to see if he can do it.
Now, listen, I don't own the Blues. I'm sure someone with a lot of money does. You know what you have to do.
Oh, he's got
that man, that jersey, that building this weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know, but are Americans excited about John Gruden as we are?
Jack, you're partly American.
Yes.
Everyone loves him.
Especially that he's at Barstool now.
Yes, and the personality comes out. And I'll tell you what, if he was working in the NFL right now, he'd be grinding on a draft board, working in 15-hour days. He's hanging out, looking at merch. Get him a plane. Fly him into St. Lou. Or lose the series to the Jets. I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to do.
Your move.
Or have Hellebuck just leave the net the whole night.
Let's meet our new friends. We'll start in draft order. Chronological, I suppose. Dean's new favorite tight end, Colston Loveland.
Look at that guy.
Big, strong, Michigan Wolverine.
Cool name.
All right. Colston Loveland. You ever been to Loveland, Rhett?
Where's Loveland?
Oh, it's in your heart. Next up on the board were the Steelers. We all have our favorite teams. Jack.
The big boy.
Derek Harmon. I thought it was harmonica, but I
don't even know how to respond to you, Jack, because
what? We needed that run stuffer.
Here and then yesterday and now this, and this is the guy you wanted all like.
Pick 21.
The last playoff game I watched, Derrick Henry went for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns.
That's a fair point.
We need this big fucking guy in the middle. We cannot see that again.
Now, when they went to the podium, what percentage did you give them to draft Shedeur?
I was like, I got cold feet, and I was like, please don't.
Oh,
so he was in yesterday, cold feet at the podium.
It's not a day-to-day thing. It's hour to hour.
Not even hour to hour.
I wonder if the Steelers got cold feet too. They were actually going to pick him, and then they were feeling what Jack. I can't do it right now.
Can't do it. And then he slid out of the first.
Next up, my Chargers picked a 22, the second best running back of this class, Omarion Hampton. This guy piled up some significant yardage, 2,000 yards from scrimmage, 6'2" or 6 foot 220. And Ashton Gentry was the big stud running back, went to Vegas in the top 6, I want to say, Jack. This was the second running back off the board. And Rhett, meet your new interception machine, Maxwell Hairston. So we got Harmon, Hampton, and Hairston, all taken by our teams yesterday. Bills at 30, get a cornerback. You see his suit?
No.
Oh, you're going to love it. It's Kentucky colors. It was Bills colors. It was shiny. It was like camouflage, blue, sparkly. He could have emceed the playoff draft. It was that good, that jacket.
Did you see Sanders set up at home? He's got like all these chains out.
Yeah. We know his dad. He wasn't going to grow up humble. That's right. Like, he's probably a really good ball player. He'll be fine. But Neon Dion didn't do humble.
No.
Yeah. Other notes, Shedeur Sanders, as you noted, still available. Round 2 is going to get going tonight. And Cam Ward went 1 to Tennessee. That's your NFL draft update. No, you needed that.
Thank you.
Huge crowd in sport in Canada last night. This is a stunner. 54,000 nearly at BC Place. Not for AC/DC 2 nights ago. For the Vancouver Whitecaps in Inter Miami. Messi came to Vancouver. How did it go, Whitecaps fans? Usually you get excited and then Messi rips your heart out. Let's take a look. Looks like they're having a good time. 2-0. Whitecaps win the first, or up after one leg. They'll go to Miami to play the second half. Winner goes to the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. This was the tournament that Calvary was in. They lost to Pumas. Vancouver defeated Pumas earlier, I believe. Speaking of soccer, footy, the beautiful game. Oh, Calvary FC Paw Patrol game, right? Who's your favorite pooch?
It's been a while.
Is it Rubble on the double?
Paw Patrol.
Got Sky. She's flying. Jack, you have a favorite Paw Patrol character?
No, I don't know any of them.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have kids, I guess. Just old enough to
Either
not
way,
be.
It'll be a nice day. Get out there and watch.
Get out there. 3:00. They'll open the gates at 1:30, and look at that, 20 degrees. Oh, don't mind if I do. CavsFC.com for tickets. Ottawa is the opponent. And for the third time this year, game 3 of the season, they'll be on TSN. And they're going to be on TSN 3 times in May.
Nice.
Get on the cable. Good work, fellas and gals. Time for some dumb stuff. Balls.
Kevin?
What does this have to do with balls? It's the shoveler and you in the backyard. And I don't know if she's trapped or the mouse trap or something, but you're in pain. Bit of pain.
Hell is going
What's going on? What's going on? He's in pain. Something's stuck there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, rat. No. Bow. Oh. That's no fun.
I don't know how you deal with that.
Sorry about your pills, bud. That's no good. Hoo-wee.
All trapped in there.
All right, let's keep moving. We got playoff season, right?
John Gruden.
Got to toughen up. This is Gruden in his butt. Oh, shit. That is a stairwell.
I don't think equipment helps.
Oh, they were going to do a stunt to get viral, and look what happens. He's in huge pain. He tosses the glove.
Yeah, it's not good.
There's not a lot of padding on the back.
No.
That's what non-hockey players don't realize. No. They might protect your tailbone. That's about it. That's a flight of stairs. Oof. Not worth it, I'm guessing.
Might wind you.
Not worth it. Let's go to some minor league ball. We like minor league ball because crazy shit happens at minor league ball games. All right.
On towards left center field.
Very excited announcer.
Toward the warning track at the wall. It's over the fence. It's a 2-run home run to give the Lions the lead.
Team Purple, home run. Pitcher. Keep an eye on the pitcher, Rhett.
North Central has taken the lead here in game 1.
Bang!
Oh my! Oh no! Oh no!
I like it.
Oh no!
I think it should be allowed.
Look at the hat.
Oh my!
I like that the play-by-play guy's job is to describe what happens, and he just said,
"Oh my!
Oh no! Oh my!
Hey. Do it. Do it more often.
Biking season.
Manager was taking you out of the game anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah, you're cooked anyway. Now, you were out for a ride the other day. I love this camera you got in your helmet. It's kind of cool because it gives you the perspective like we're on the boat. We're whipping this huge staircase. Yes. Turn here, Rhett. Look out.
Oh, we're fine.
Oh, good. 45-degree, 90-degree turn up. The king of impressive, incredible rate here.
Well, no.
Street here. Careful. Till they nailed it. You're getting good.
Wow. I don't like to pedal.
Right.
But going downhill and just crushing it, I'm so good.
Threw out in the back of the Honda Ridgelines back up to the top. Do it again.
A CRV, by the way.
This was a little more exotic. This is not in Calgary because I don't know of any bridges in Calgary like this. Let's have a look. It's your motorbike here. This isn't scary at all.
No.
Oof.
It's a well-designed bridge, though.
Yeah, it's engineered brilliantly. You're right, Rhett. There's no concerns. Jeez.
Love heights.
Love them. So good. More biking. I don't know. This is you and your buddies wrote for a run. Oh, that's.
Oh, no.
I didn't catch the end of that video. So the off balance.
Ow. Gonna need some skin graphing.
That's not gonna end well, Jack. You don't recover from that spot right there.
No.
Yeah, once that starts.
You better hope there's no one behind him.
Oof. Yeah, you're gonna have a scab the length of your body.
Yeah.
In fact, your whole body's now a scab.
Ow.
Did you ever do piñatas at birthday parties?
Yeah.
God, they're good. Big one here.
Oh, one.
Nice.
Piñata wins. KO.
1-0 piñata. You don't see that often. Oh boy, lands hard. I think there's got to be a spilled drink on the floor there because it's raining.
It's raining.
Patio. Yeah, shoot. Sorry about that. And finally, nothing says pain like bowling ball soccer. But that wasn't craziness because we showed you that a few months ago. This is bowling ball soccer with bare feet on Lego.
Oh, Jesus.
And the rest of Clear it out. Clear it out.
Stop hurting. Like you get numb or
Houston. End this thing. Come on. Put it away. Hope everyone has a better weekend than those three men.
Find something more productive.
Yeah. 1-0, the final.
And that's enough.
Yeah, he's in some pain there. It's too bad. That's your Pinder Report for a Friday for our good friends at Village Honda, where they're going to buy your car. They really want to. In fact, they're throwing in a voucher for 2 for a cruise. That sounds great right now. Right? We're sort of in and out of weather in Calgary. Just get on one of those ships somewhere warm. Oh, maybe in the summer you go up north, whatever. Food, cars.
So good.
Some sun. Love to see it. VillageHonda.com. No obligation with the appraisals. They're complimentary. Paid in 24 hours. If you like what they're offering, get started at VillageHonda.com. Head up to the Northwest Auto Mall. It is your dealership for life. Okay. Almost noon. Wrap things up here. Got to get to our bets. I believe we've done everything else. And I've heard Devin Dubnik's joining the team. Is that right?
Yes, he is on Oilers Nation.
Doobie, I believe, he had an interesting career. Highly touted, didn't pan out, actually was with the Habs on a deep run as a third stringer, never played, and then put it all back together and actually ended up being a really good goalie down the... We'll see if we can't connect with him, talk some Minnesota Wild, maybe some Oilers.
He's going to join us Monday.
Going to join us Monday. Yeah. Love it. So, congrats. And where can people find his program?
Congrats.
Oilers Nation.
I'm saying the
YouTube.
other thing, I'm like, oh, poor Dubes.
Down with Doobie.
Down with Doobie on Oilers Nation.
Once a week.
Congrats on the gig. Sorry about all the Oilers songs. They had a whiteboard with all the predictions. There's like 20 people at the office up there. Don't know what they all do, but they're there. Oilers in 4, Oilers in 4, Oilers in 5, Oilers in 4, Oilers in 6, Oilers in 7, Oilers in 4, Oilers in 4. They've been crossing them off. Not a lot of names left.
No.
Yeah.
That's too bad. So
anyway, Dubes will be more balanced than that. Excited to chat with him on Monday. Wild have looked great. Up 2-1. That'll do it for the show. Last thing to do is get our bets in. Our good
Super chats.
And super chats.
Yeah. Bet365 will do that first. Want to get in the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs? Yeah, you do. At Bet365, they've got you. Game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can also bet on futures. Might have put some money down on the LA Kings. Series winners, conference winners, Stanley Cup winners, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Get on the game. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Be 19 or older. Shall you? That'd be good. Couple parlays. We've been having some fun with the parlays. And this is a coward's parlay on the left. Connor McDavid, 2 shots almost all the time. Leon Draisaitl, 3 shots almost all the time. Point for Leon, assist for Connor all the time. Coward's parlay, all those things, plus 190. A little more aggressive on the other side. We haven't seen a lot of saves from the Oilers. Kempe a point. Fiale a point. Byfield a point. Kopitar a point. This hit in game 2. Plus 320. I also like the over again on Kings Oilers. It's been 11 goals, 8 goals. Line's at 6.
Hard to argue your logic.
Maybe it's time for an under. I don't know that.
Pickard, he might come in and shut the door.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm again going to take the over.
Maybe not.
We'll see. Those are our bets. They don't have to be yours. Lots of options, all kinds of markets. Also in games, kind of fun too. Oilers go up 1-0. Odds for the Kings just got better. Vice versa. Enjoy the games tonight, would you?
Oh, for shizzle.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you at the Cavs game, 3:00 Saturday at Atco Field if you're there.
You're forgetting Super Chat.
And let's see what people are saying in the Super Chats, which I totally had forgotten about twice in a minute. You think you have CTE?
That
fish brain.
Handsome
Handsome Dan's vacation rentals,
$100.
Just want to help the kids and in no way cheering for the downfall of any team. To having a rooting interest in these playoffs, I've decided to select a random team each round to cheer for and give $50 a win. This round's totally unbiased selection is the LA Kings.
Oh,
nice. That's 2 wins. That's $100 for the kids.
It's nice to have a team to cheer for.
Oh, gosh. You have a horse in the race?
Yeah.
Love it.
Feels good.
You pull names out of a hat? I don't know.
Whatever.
But I like that. That's 2 wins.
Thank you, handsome Dan.
You know what? I hope the kids have another $50 to $100 owed by Monday.
For the kids.
For the kids. I mean, rooting interest, whatever. Best team win. Luongoat, $10. Hey, boys, see the Blues fans counting out the goals after every time they score? That'd be sweet if we get that at the Dome. Plus, we never have to count past 3.
For all of us grade 10 grads, we can do it. We can handle these.
They have the bell. So they do the organ, they do the song, they all cheer, and then right around the time the puck's going to get dropped, it's like, ding, ding, ding. They had 7 dings last night. 1, 2, 3. You know how it goes.
Well, and I'm sure when they scored 7, everyone was quiet and bored by then. It was.
They probably left early, beat the traffic. No, they were still there yelling 7. It was good. Jets are going to want to cut that total down.
Yeah, 7's
1 or 2 dings. I like your chances.
Yep.
7, don't like him at all. Rocket Dog, all this talk of Boucher. I think he means Bouchard.
Bouchard.
Do you think his parents are first cousins? He looks like Sid the Sloth. You got the wrong name. It sounds like an attempt at an incest joke. There's a reference to a sloth I don't know, and I don't think the location of his eyeballs have anything to his play. Thanks for the $5 for the kids, though, Rocket.
You don't know Sid the Sloth?
Who said the Sloth?
Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Oh, I haven't seen Ice Age.
What?
You haven't? Your kids would love it.
I think they probably have seen it. It'd be one of those like,
It's a classic.
I'm doing something else. Here's a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Ice Age ones seem funny.
Ice Age ones are good.
Yeah, okay. Said the Sloth. Didn't know. We'll do some research and get back to you, Rocket. See you, buddies. Is that it?